Bearcat Bounce Podcast. Back at it again. Bearcat Bounce Podcast. Back at it again. The 1, 2, 3, the count was a little slow. It's a Monday where you get a double dose of the hello of the back at it again. It's a Monday where we wrapped up the Big 12 media days down there near Jerry World. It's a Monday as well where the basketball team continues to introduce the newcomers for this year and have a nice discussion of if Prime Wes Miller would beat them one-on-one. Very, very tough question. Also, it's a Monday where tonight there's a little thing called the Home Run Derby. We're going to have fun with that after 2 Bearcats got drafted into the MLB draft. But it's also a Monday where I get to bring in the guys. We're all here. We're all ready. So without further ado, Aaron Smith, Chad Brendel, Ryan Royer. Gentlemen, how are we?
Generally annoyed has been my my default setting for most of the day today.
Okay. That's an okay setting to have at times. I'll say that much.
Kelsey had volleyball. The high school, the ramp up to the high school season started this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I was up at 5:45, and that makes me cranky just to begin with. So I've been pretty cranky all day.
A lot of people say somebody's got a case of the Mondays. So
I had a case of the Mondays.
Nothing wrong with that. There's always Tuesday. There we go.
Oh, show her your own face. Oh.
God, I mean, wow, that was not even 2 minutes in. We're already showing O faces. That's big time. Rare
what
form already.
Movie.
Golly, it is. The jump to conclude. I mean, we can go on and on about little movie references, but you know what, Aaron? I'm going to pass through Mr. Been Irritated Chad and ask you, how are you doing? How are we, man? How was your weekend? Tonight's a big night. You like the Home Run Derby. So how are we?
I'm doing all right. The weekend was good. We did baseball weekend. The 10-year-old had a tournament in Parkersburg, West Virginia, which is like an hour away from here. We were out at the ballpark in the sun, in the heat, with the whole family. The girls did their best. We were there like Saturday. I think we were there like 10:30 till 3. No, 10:30. I'm sorry, 10:30 to 7 on Saturday, and then 7:30 a.m. till 3 on Sunday. It was a lot. But we made it through. Air conditioning and nap time in the car and all that. But they played well.
Okay.
They put their best foot forward. Didn't win. They lost. 10U lost some 8U. 8U was the number 1 seed in this tournament, an 8U team, and they were ringers, man. Crazy. But yeah, we good weekend, good day today because we were not out in the blistering heat, and yeah, just happy to be here. Let's get the show on the road.
There we go. I love it. I love it. 18U. It sounds like something we've been doing with Quick Paper Supply recently, talking about the ability to go out there and try out and get things going. So an 18, that's a good squad. 8U. That's a good squad. Good squad right there. Speaking about squad, we're not fully assembled if we don't have the fearless leader of the squad with us every single week, the man, the myth, the legend, the boy, as some call him, Mr. Ryan Royer. How are we?
I don't know about all that, but I'm good, man. Had a good weekend. Just chilled here in the city. It was good. Good Monday too. Always good to cap it off with you guys.
Well, very good, very good. I'm gonna ask you guys: Have you heard of an air show?
Like
where
they fly planes?
Yeah, like a big old air show.
Yeah,
all of us. Yeah.
Okay.
I went to Wright State. Are you kidding me? Like.
Oh, good point. Good point. Didn't put 2 and 2 together there. I once went to a Fish concert at Wright State in their basketball arena. Boy, I'm sure the smoke is still lingering there.
The Nutter Center.
Yeah, the Nutter Center. It was fantastic. But yeah, so there was a huge air show out on the beach here this weekend, and boy, that was a spectacle. One of the first things I've seen. It was a fun watch, and that's how we are down here. Thank you for asking, Aaron. Chad, you feeling better, big buddy? All well?
I'm doing fine.
Okay.
I've just been irritated all day.
I hear you. That's literally where I'm at.
I haven't had a bad day. I'm in a decent enough mood. It's just that everything that's happened today has been irritating.
Yeah.
It's one of those days.
I hear you.
Fight through it.
You know what's irritating? Having a car all the way down in Florida that doesn't work, so I can't tow it to Danco Transmission and Auto Care. Danco Joe would check it out, and he would tell me, hey, I can get this done for you, and here's 10% off your next fixing, just because I mentioned Chad Brendel. You know what he can also do? He can say, in the meantime, get an oil change, because, why not? Oil change, $10 off that oil change, just because I mentioned Ryan Royer. So mention any of us, the BBP, mention the Bearcats, mention Dante Corleone and 72 ounces of steak. Get those things. Get it done. Danco Transmission and Auto Care. They'll be able to hook you up. Guys.
In the meantime, great song. Yeah. Space Hog. Were you a big Space Hog guy, Brent?
Yeah, you know what? I couldn't quite tell you songs. I'm just a groove. I just groove when it gets there. But Space Hog?
It's a good song. Space Hog.
Okay. I'll have to give it a peep, because they did one thing at that Right State show when I was there that one of my buddies, a huge fan, been to over probably 150 shows, and he's like, dude, they haven't done this in so long, and they were doing it, and I was just like, all right, we're witnessing something spectacular here. But yeah, Space Hog. I will check it out.
In the meantime, Space Hog.
In the meantime, Space Hog.
Yeah,
I like it. Speaking of Space Hogs, tonight there's going to be a handful of guys hitting a baseball into space. That's right. It is the Home Run Derby. 0 Cincinnati Reds in the field this year. But, one of the most spectacular home run derbies of all time was the Todd Father year, as Aaron was talking about before the show. So there's going to be a lot of fun with that. And we have a nice little game. Nice little, middle of summer, nothing to talk about. We can talk about the football team and say the same things we said over and over again, because slowly we're getting closer and closer. Or we can have a little game, a little fun. But before we have that fun, we are gonna put a bow, wrap up the whole thing that was last week, and that is the Big 12 Media Days. Now go to the BCJ pod from last week. Go on BearcatJournal.com. Check out the articles that Keegan had. Check out the interviews. And, of course, listen to that. The second half of the BCJ pod last week was a good account of everything that Keegan was able to partake in when he was down there in Texas. But, guys, we're going to put a bow on it real quick. Doesn't need to be too in-depth. Doesn't need to be too long. But after all the interviews, after all of the happenings and the different things that you were able to see from – obviously Twitter and through interactions and Chad talking to Keegan and whatnot, just go around the horn real quick and let's say biggest takeaway, the biggest thing that has kind of stuck with you ever since Big 12 Media Day has passed. Chad, we'll start with you, work our way around to Ryan, back up to me.
I mean, pretty easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Satterfield says this is his best team. Go win some games. I think I would agree. I think this is the most talent they've had, top to bottom. They've got, I think, finally some depth in place to withstand the grind of a regular Big 12 season. They've got good top end talent. The coach has said this is his best team since he got here. Go show us this is your best team. Show us what Scott Satterfield football looks like at the University of Cincinnati. Because to date, it hasn't been good enough. So let's see it.
Yeah. I think that's got to be one of the biggest ones, especially when all these media polls are coming out that yet again have the Bearcats near the the bottom second half of the standings of all the collective ones that have been put out there. Aaron, what's the glowing takeaway that you have?
For me, I don't know how we can ignore Scott Satterfield saying that the football team is getting less money than maybe anticipated, certainly less money than other teams in the conference, and obviously
we
a little
only know
upset
of
about
one
it.
team.
Basketball
We only know
getting
of one
maybe a little bit more money
team.
than.
We only know of one team getting 75%. That's Texas Tech. I guarantee you there is
I'm
a
just
lot
going
of
off
teams
what
not
is it?
getting.
You
I'm
asked
just
what my
they
takeaway was.
They were talking about Texas Tech in specific because Texas Tech has said they're going to put 75% towards revenue share. If you think Kansas and Arizona and BYU and quite a few others are putting all of their chips in the football basket, I've got some beachfront property in Over the Rhine to sell you.
Get it for cheap now.
Just saying that was the biggest thing that stood out to me. So that I don't know. Just I'm sure it's much ado about nothing because truthfully, at the end of the day, none of these coaches ever have enough. You can ask them. Even Texas Tech will tell you they didn't have enough for what they wanted to do. I'm sure. So it is what it is. It's all part of the territory, but just something that stood out to me.
Yeah, and don't you feel like that's an overglaring question all around college football? I mean, obviously the other big conference, media days are going to start to take place, and I guarantee you it's going to be a talking point for everyone. And just I feel like no one truly knows the money game and the best way to do the money game. So I agree, Aaron. It was interesting to hear that kind of candidness about it, but like Chad said, it's just no one truly knows. There's only one known out there.
Said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree. It was a loud comment. Very. Ryan, what you got? Anything?
I was gonna piggyback off Chad, but a little more lighthearted one. I'm gonna go with Brennan Sorsby's suit of choice. He kind of stood out there, a little bit of a fashion statement by him, hoping that's a sign of flair and statements to be made by him on the field this year. So he's rocking the little, what did he call it? The mullet / I don't remember. The mohawk. So a little bit of swagger from our quarterback, and we're going to need some swagger out of him this year. But yeah, I just like reiterate what Chad was saying. I thought that was one of the bigger lines that I got a hold of. I agree with him. I agree with him saying this is our best team. But you got to remember we've been at the bottom so far. So how good are these guys going to be, and what are we really comparing good to? And is this going to be able to get them over the hump this year? That's been the big debate, that we've been going back and forth on, and we think we have a lot of pieces, and we agreeing with coach in that point. So hoping these guys have developed over this offseason. They're ready to hit the ground running with our stylish blue-suited quarterback. So looking forward to that.
That's ultimately the question, though, Ryan. Like, okay, they're better. What does better mean? Does it mean 8th? Does it mean 5th? Does it mean 3rd? Like, what, because if it means 11th, it's not a whole lot better. Like, it's better, but it's not, going to make anybody happy better.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. It's all about when the ball kicks off week 1 in Arrowhead. That's when you know how good is better. And, it could be a thing like, we got a lot of good players. Are they going to take off and take this thing by storm and make a run at it? It's kind of under the radar, similar to Arizona State of last year. Or is it just going to be like, all right, well, we won 6 games. We're going to a bowl game. That's technically better. And I think we're expecting it to be somewhere kind of in that middle where it's that 7 to 8 win range. That I think that's what that would satisfy us in the term of better. So.
Yeah, and kind of along the lines of what you're saying, Ryan, is with Iowa State, you heard them kind of talk about how like retention was pretty key for them, how the buy-in on certain players that were in their program the buy-in was something that they all did, and they accepted less money to stay. At Arizona State, less money to stay at Arizona State because they believe in the path that it's going. They believe the process and the culture that's being established, and you got to hope that's the same here. And you kind of see that with Dante and Royer and Sorsby and Gerhardt, all the big names deciding to come back here as well.
Yeah, a belief in that they will be better, because more Arizona State is, we did it last year. We believe in this. It worked. Where it's like on our end, it's all right. We believe that we can be better and that we will be better. We believe that we have the guys to do that, and that this system has evolved another year under its belt, and we're able to take steps and grow, because it's not just about, we retained our best players. Well, our best players weren't good enough to make us a good team last year. So we need these guys to be able to catapult us into competition and into going out and taking these close games and forcing ourselves up into that top half of the Big 12, and not just saying, we got a bunch of good guys back and we brought in some transfers, and we feel like we're better and we feel like we're gonna win a couple games, but it's the belief that we have the pieces and we've brought in pieces that are going to elevate us. It's got to be a year of growth and elevation strictly in the win columns. It can't just be all talk and good vibes we get from Nico and coach. We hear all this good stuff. It makes us feel good, but it's came to that inflection point of this is the year where it's really going to show. Is Scott Satterfield the guy? Is he able to do it? Is he able to kind of grow this program? Or if it's going to be another 5 to 6 win season, I think everyone's going to be on that same page of this growth. Its ceiling is too low for the standard of Cincinnati football.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of like what Chad said, they finished near the bottom the last 2 years. So if this is the best team, kind of like what you're saying, and Vegas also only 6 wins, over under 6 wins. So it's like, yes, you can hear it all, this, that, and the other, but the proof's got to be in the true pudding. So that's what we've been harping on. And golly, I cannot wait for that damn Nebraska game to come. But kind of along the lines of what you're saying, and also Ryan, if the boy's gonna have that haircut, man, you gotta be damn near elite, right?
Yeah, you're gonna look the part. You gotta play the part, man.
Got to. I mean, you're kind of rocking that little flow down there. Aaron's got
a little flow, a little chetty,
a little chetty Ched. Chad's got a little bit of that buzz. I'm working on a little flow down here. You know what? We're all Team Sorsby. Let's go. A guy on ESPN said he can flick it 50 yards with ease. So come on, let's go.
Please.
Team Sorsby. Mine's kind of similar along the lines of your guys's. Not only did Sat say that this is the best team he's had since he's been in Cincinnati, he said that he's got the best offensive line in the country and in college football. Which, I mean, obviously is big words as well. And I think it's kind of interesting because last year the whole talk was about returning all 5 starters and how important that was going to be and things like that. And I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but I think the offensive line was solid last year. They weren't elite by any means, but, definitely not horrible by any stretch of the imagination, but not necessarily the best in the country level. Then you lose 2 players to the NFL draft. Well, one to the NFL draft, one should have been drafted, probably got picked up right away. And then you go out and you do the typical thing that is popular in college football now. You add one of the best interior offensive linemen. You add one of the best, if not the best, left tackles out of the portal. So you have another developmental guy. You have a guy who's been here since, Des Ritter was still quarterback, I guess. But, it just is, it's a scenario where you could kind of see this being the little hodgepodge mixed together of players. Another right tackle, I think Buford, they kind of stress that it's going to be his job at the right tackle position. 3rd year in the program. Does he make that big leap and become that higher level player that he needs to be? Because offensive line is going to be critical. Will Sorsby have time back there? Will they be able to open up lanes for the new running backs or new running back and then those with a higher level of touches? So, yet again, a wait and see process, but the high level praise is definitely important to hear. One final thing, Chad, how much ounces of steak could you eat in one night? Would you say if you had to?
I'm not a big quantity eater. Like
Right.
I don't like 20 maybe.
Okay.
I think I could maybe we went to a little date night at Los Santi downtown
Good
in
spot.
OTR. Good spot. Had a 14-ounce ribeye and I was full. Like I didn't. I mean, I guess if I wanted to, I might have been able to choke back a little more, but probably 20 on my best day.
Yeah.
Same here.
Okay. 20.
It's not an impressive number.
Okay. Aaron?
I eat enough for like a meal. I'm not trying to eat crazy amounts of food. That's just not me.
Yeah.
We're also not 330 pounds, like trying to, maintain.
Right. True. So how much did he say he ordered what at the
He ordered a
steakhouse?
35-ounce porterhouse,
Okay.
What is this? we're
extra
talking
well
about?
done,
Dante Corleone, the Godfather.
Oh,
at media day. They go to dinner the night before in Dallas. He ordered a 35-ounce porterhouse, well done, extra well done. And then halfway through the meal, he ordered a second one to go so that he would have one to eat when he got back to the hotel.
I like it.
Impressive.
Very. Almost
It's a lot
up
of
there with the
steak.
Skyline order.
Yeah. Right.
The man can eat.
Hey, man.
We know that.
Protein, baby. You guys familiar with Spit and Chicklets? No free
Yep.
ads. Okay. Paul Bissonnette. You hear about him?
What do you do?
We just got to tell Dante to stay hydrated. Keep that water intake, the electrolytes up, because Paul Bissonnette would do the same thing. Because obviously TNT is providing all the meals. He would order a steak for dinner, and then for dessert, like after the show or whatnot, or after he's done with the telecast, he would then get another steak and take it home and eat it. And he ended up getting gout from just eating way too much steak. And
What?
it's just, he wasn't even drinking. No drinking. It's just from steak. So I don't know.
Never heard of that.
Maybe one week all of us can just try and eat a bunch of steak and
No.
see who can get the gout first. That could be a fun science experiment. I don't know. But yeah, that's wrapping up Big 12 Media Days here on the VBP. Obviously, I mentioned there's a lot more stuff that you can dive into on bearcatjournal.com and on the BCJ pod last week. Just, keep inching closer and closer and closer to the start of the season. And also, those jerseys look crisp on the pads and in person as well. So, and those are coming to the EA Sports game in August.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
that game sucks.
Okay.
It sucks.
Vent away. Go ahead.
I'm so out on that game.
Vent away.
So I played a season.
Old man
Dynasty
yelling at rain
season.
clouds.
Yeah, I'm on one today. Played a dynasty season, Brent.
Okay.
It rains like 70% of the games. It's raining. And you used to do the thing like where if it's raining, you'd back out and then you'd come back in and it wouldn't be like you'd go back to the lobby and then go back in and it wouldn't be raining.
Okay.
I did that with the UCF game. Had to be at least 12 times. Every time I came back in, it was raining. But here's where it really gets. So you can't pass in the rain, right?
Yeah.
It's impossible to pass in the rain. So then at the end of the season, because you had to run the football, your quarterback transfers because of your style of play, because you had to run the ball, because it was raining in 70% of the games.
No. You're telling me You're telling me with that haircut and everything, he transferred?
He transferred twice. I did the season twice.
Oh no.
And twice, because I couldn't get any games in the damn good weather, Brendan Sorsby transferred twice. Style of play.
Sounds
But
like
if
a
it makes
you
you feel
problem.
any better, Evan Pryor and Tyree Walker each had over 1,300 yards rushing.
Hey, yo. Dude, the thing is this. It doesn't rain that much.
No.
Like, how many
No.
games? Ryan, how many games throughout your career at the Nip was there legit rain?
We
Where
had
it
the
made-
one
Where it
season
made
where it
the
rained a
UCF.
bunch.
UCF, it rained that where they tried to throw in the towel.
That Temple game, I guess, but that was more just cold and like kind of sleet.
The Miami game at Paul Brown.
Yeah, that was
a monsoon.
Oh, that was insane. That was insane.
It's about it. 3 out of what we
Right.
played like anywhere from like 7 home games a year.
So that's how you know they're just out to get us Cincinnati fans. They don't want us to be the ones. What is it? Whoever has the most plays or most wins gets like a cut of money or something. What was that?
No,
thing?
they're divvying up the money based on the frequency people use your team.
Right. Everything. I'm not going to use those Bearcats. It rains every damn time they play. So just hope that's not a trend. Hope it's not a trend. Well, very good. Let's timestamp this. Let's get to our fun game. We got a fun game coming for you
I just
guys.
had to vent for a minute because that game is pissing me off so far.
I enjoy your vent.
It's pissed. Aaron got to hear it last night. It was I was annoyed. Annoyed. Timestamp brought to you by Quick Paper Supply, your local and family-owned restaurant supply company for all your non-food products. Quick Paper services over 150 restaurants with weekly low minimum next day deliveries, providing a wide range of food service products from to-go containers, cups, custom printed products, eco-friendly, and much more. They also have cleaning and restroom supplies for all your janitorial needs. Call Nick 513-470-2029 and reference Bearcats for 20% off your first month of purchases.
Boom, baby. So currently, right now is the Derby going on? I don't have my TV on. I think it is live home run Derby. So obviously it's a summer show. We're kind of in the thick of the off season. Not quite the ability to talk about fall camp. Not quite the ability to talk about a bunch of birdies at the old basketball workouts. Yet again, you can go back to the BCJ pod on Thursday. You can hear Chad and Dave talk about that. A nice refresher. Good to hear Kashawn Tillery. How about that? Making a move. Chad, what you got?
We are going to have media availability with Wes on Wednesday.
Yes.
So there will be some information coming out of there. But to my knowledge, I don't think they practice Wednesday. So we're not going to get to stick around and watch workouts, which I wasn't thrilled with the timing of all that. But, it's just one of the things that annoyed me today.
Yeah, just one of the many. At least Wednesday we'll get talking about talking. That'll be fun. I always love talking about talking.
Aaron's got to be excited about talking coming
I
back.
think he is.
One less show I have to plan.
There we go. But for this one, obviously, if you are tuned in to the Home Run Derby currently, so I'm sure some of you are, or most of you are, it's a nice matchup between. Do you guys know the nickname for Cal Raleigh? Have you heard that?
The Big Dumper?
Big Dumper. Yep. Whenever he hits a home run, they say "Big Dumper, go poo," and it's a pretty good time. James Wood, Byron Buxton, I think Ronald Acuna pulled out, and Matt Olson took his spot. O'Neal Cruz Jr., Cabanero, Brent Rooker, and Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Yes.
No connection to the Bearcats. A little excitement out of the Yankees fan down there. But you know what? I decided let's have a little fun on this show. Let's do a little home run derby of our own. It's going to be a little selection of home run hitters, if you will. And it's going to be from baseball, of course, basketball, of course, and football, of course. And all of you guys can have different reasons for why who you pick is a home run hitter. Doesn't necessarily have to be, he can score a 70-yard touchdown. Doesn't have to necessarily be that he hits a bunch of home runs. Doesn't necessarily have to be that he throws down monster dunks. It could be anything. Anything. And what it's going to be, we're going to start with some that we think will be the beginning of next year. So not this season calendar is done. So we're talking about next season. That'll be the first 2 rounds. Then the last 2 rounds are going to be from the past. Look at that. The funnest game I could think of. It's going to be a lot easier when it happens. We're going to do a snake draft. And in order to pick the snake draft order, it's a quick, fun game. I'm going to throw out a name of a past football player. And you guys quickly have to guess what number he wore while he was a Bearcat. And depending on who's close enough and which way, whoever's closest, they're going to start. And then it's just going to go clockwise and then back like a snake draft. So,
Okay.
Name of this player. He went to my alma mater. He was the reason why I got a bunch of free tickets. Shouts to the boy. I used to drive over from Indy, go to the games, drive back. Shouts to the boy. Alex Hoffman, offensive lineman, buddy of mine, Cathedral High School. Played on those Sugar Bowl and Orange Bowl teams.
64.
Your guess on his number. Aaron, don't look it up. Royer, take it away.
64.
Okay. Aaron.
69.
Okay. Chad.
76.
Okay. Aaron, you said 69.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, 76. Royer, 64. He wore 59. Ryan Royer, congratulations.
Yes.
You get the first pick, and then it's going to go to me, and then to Chad, then to Aaron, and then it's going to go Aaron again, back to Chad, to me, to Royer again. So, Royer, your pick of home run hitters, first pick for next year. Take it away.
Are we doing a specific sport first?
Nope.
Any of the 3 sports.
And any of
Who's
the 3 big.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with Chom.
Okay. And explain how he is a home run hitter.
I think he completely revamps or propels our offense in one of its most weakest points. He's an NFL caliber player, package deal with a good big man code. NBA, I'm sorry. Football brain right now. He could shoot it. He's athletic. He expands the pick and roll game, brings defenders out of the paint. I also think he's going to have good paint offense. He's going to have good height, good defensive ability down there. That was basically Aziz's whole game, and I think he's be able to mimic Aziz as well. I just think he expands all of our pick and roll play with our guards, just being able to have Jizzle, Day, hopefully Sean Abayev, being able to run action with him. I think it just opens up the whole offense.
Okay. I like the pick. So I have Ryan down for Mustafa Cham. Good pick. Mustafa Cham. All right, good pick, Ryan. For mine, I'm gonna try and spice things up, try and get things a little here, a little there. Because you know what, recently there have been some players taken in the MLB draft, as we mentioned. 3rd round, 104th overall, Landon Viderick is going to the Los Angeles Dodgers. 7th round, 220th pick, Carrington Cross, selected by the Padres in that 7th round. So you know what? That takes off the top 2 home run hitters from this past season in baseball. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go with the man who was in 3rd in hitting home runs this past year on the Bearcats baseball team, the guy who I think will be taken in the MLB draft next year, and that is catcher Jack Natili. Jack Natili, he's a guy that has also started to really turn heads, as I believe some summer league or whatever league they go and play
Cape
for.
Cod.
What's that?
Cape Cod.
Yes, Cape Cod League. He's tearing the cover off the ball there as well. So He's turning heads. I believe he's going to get drafted. He hit 338 last year at the catcher position. 9 dingers. That's home run to a T. So my first round pick, I'm sticking with baseball, home run derby. Give me Jack Natili.
I'm going to go football.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with the guy that proved he had home run capability a season ago. He's going to see an increased role this year. I thought he looked good hitting some singles and doubles in spring ball.
Okay.
But his juice is always going to be the home run. And that's a guy that in the college football playoff first round game against Illinois in the snow ran for 400 yards and 6 touchdowns for the Cincinnati Bearcats.
Wow.
Evan Pryor, home run hitter. Evan Pryor.
Don't let Brett Bielema hear about that. He will have some bulletin board material for a game that's not even real.
Inside zone, inside zone, inside zone. I couldn't complete. It was snowing. There was like a foot of snow on the field. All you could do was run the football. So I just ran it over and over again with Evan Pryor, and he racked up 400 yards, and the Bearcats got a win.
Fantastic pick. Fantastic pick. That was actually going to be my next pick. So good job, Jack. Good job. Aaron, what you got?
2 picks.
I got
for
back-to-back
Aaron.
picks, so I'm going to take
Yes,
one
sir.
from 2 different sports. Yep. And we're doing third round. We're doing all time, right?
Yep.
First and second round is now.
Next year.
Current
Yep.
Okay.
for 2025-26.
Right. All right.
Correct.
So first round, I'm gonna take a guy who is gonna hit home runs on the basketball court in the way that I prefer, because 3-pointers suck. It's not fun. So I'm gonna go with Big Slime throwing down
It's not
dunks,
fun about 3-pointers.
and nothing is fun. It's not. It's a lost. It's a lost art. It's stupid. Get out of here. Dunking machine. Big Slime. Give me that guy first round.
Okay.
Hitting home
All right.
runs.
Okay.
Power hitter out there like Adam Dunn. That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
Who did you take, Brent?
In the
I
second,
took catcher Jack Natili from the baseball team.
Okay. Sorry. Aaron, my
in
bad.
the second round, I'm going to take a guy who we have talked an awful lot about. We haven't seen him play in a Division I game before. He's from a little school called Lindenwood last season. And he's going to be here to try and take the top off the defense. And that's Jeff Caldwell doing his thing out there.
Good picks. Good damn picks. I like it. I like it. Calvin,
All right,
Calvin Johnson.
I'm back
some people
up.
say. Yep, you're back
I'm
up.
back
yeah.
up. I'm going to go with boy. Killer V is going to be happy here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the guy that, because 3-pointers are fun, and he shot 40% from 3 last year. I think we're gonna see him off the ball a little bit more.
Wow. Whoa.
I think we're gonna see him become a team leader on this team, and I think we're gonna see him thrive.
Let's hope he doesn't dunk.
Well, let's hope he is better at finishing dunks than he
to finish
was
the dunks.
at times a season
I
ago.
have no faith in that.
Okay, great. I have no faith in anything you say because you don't like 3-pointers. I'm going to go with Day Thomas as my home run hitter on the basketball court. He can defend, he can shoot, he can get to the lane. I am going with a strong third year in red and black for Day Thomas.
DDT, baby. I love the pick. I love the pick. Aaron, you did me dirty because I'm sticking with it. So I'm going to go with it again. I think I'm going to currently take the guy that Ryan was going to take next. So I'm sorry, Ryan. I had to steal it from you. But you just do not show up to a Big 12 media day with that haircut and not just hit absolute bomb dangers. Like I'm saying, this guy is going to be a heartthrob in every single house across the general United States of America throughout the entire college football season. Brendan Sorsby turning eyes left and right, dinger after dinger, 50-yard bomb after 60-yard bomb. He's going to get some good runs as well. I do believe this is a breakout year for Brendan Sorsby, and he's going to be dropping bombs to, as Aaron mentioned, Jeff Caldwell, to other players, to Chad's first-round pick, Evan Pryor, a little wheel route out of the backfield. What's that go-to play that everyone runs on college football? That little button wheel or whatever it's called. Just finding the guy wide open every time. That's right. Brendan Sorsby is my pick, second round. Royer, what you got?
Right. Both of my footballs have been taken that I wrote down, but I'm going to adjust, and I'm going to go with Dante Corleone, the anchor of the defense on football. And then I'm also going to go with Jake Golday.
Well,
who's going to be the second.
Hold up. You got to make a decision on one of those two.
Why?
Because then next round, you get the first pick of the past players.
Oh, okay. I'm going Dante then.
Good pick. The Godfather.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Todd Father. So it works out. And then you got the first pick of the Legends draft.
Yeah. I got one that's not going to surprise you guys. I don't think you're going to guess it though.
Football?
Yeah.
Alec Pierce.
Did you recently go on vacation with him?
No.
It's going to be Tyler Scott.
Bryce.
Nope.
Bryce Burton. It's Bryce Burton, isn't it?
It is not.
I'm locked in. I'm
Tough no, though.
chomping at the bit right now. Who is it?
Oh, I can name it right now.
It's your pick.
Pick?
Are we already on the second round?
We're on the third round.
I'm lost. Anyway, it's
This
Luke
is your
Fickell.
third pick. It's the third round.
Luke Fickell. Ooh,
Luke Fickell is the all-time home run hitter figure of Cincinnati football history.
Wow.
He brought us from the depths and took us all the way to the college football playoff. He was the commander in chief of everything. He obviously didn't do everything himself, but he assembled the staff, an all-time staff, everyone working in unison under the same mission, which they were all able to recruit great players, and we were all able to form a great unified collective of Bearcats. And it was a 5-year process from 4-8 all the way to undefeated, going up against the Crimson Tide, Nick Saban himself in the college football playoff. I can't think of a better figure to ever don the sea paw in the history of Bearcats football. So that was an easy pick for me, and I am biased, yes.
Amazing pick. I didn't think a coach was going to find its way on here.
Yeah. Well, there's too many good players, and let's think a little bit bigger, a little bit outside the box. Who brought them all there?
Hey, you know what? That's right. And and with everyone that he brought in was a home run after a home run after a home run.
Yeah. He's the Barry Bonds. No asterisks for steroids, though.
I was gonna say, is he in the Hall of Fame? Yes. Wow, good pick.
Does that make Brady Collins Bobby Bonilla?
I don't know who that is.
Wow.
Man, we're old.
Bobby Bonilla is still making $1 million July 1st every year.
The Mets player?
Yeah. Bobby Bonilla Day. Great pick. Wow, Fickell. Be tough to beat. Oh, and by the way, everyone listening, go comment on the thread on BCJ of whose team you think is the best. I'll post it later. And let's see here. My next pick, I'm going back to baseball, and this is a scenario because the home run derby is baseball, right? So I'm going to go a guy of baseball pass, and you might say go Sandy Koufax. He's a legend. I agree. He is a legend. He's not hitting bombs. He's throwing strikes. He's doing a stud. He's good at everything. I think Sandy's up there. Would it be Euclid? Is Kevin Euclid the move?
Is that who you're going for?
I was thinking maybe, but no. I'm gonna go with a guy who played against one of my buddies at Miami when he was at Miami. And he said that he hit a bomb against his team that he doesn't think hasn't even landed yet in the city of Cincinnati. And he's a guy who has some hot streaks and some big time plays for the Chicago Cubs these days. I'm going with one Ian Happ, multi-time All-American, AAC Player of the Year, do it all for the Bearcats. Ian Happ, probably the most famous MLBer currently. That's a former Bearcat, I would imagine. So, Ian Happ. And also, as I mentioned before, I walked by him at Jerry World, said, Happ, Happ, Happ. And he looked. So, I have to continue that legend. Ian Happ, my pick. Chad, take it away.
When you have an opportunity to draft someone that's in the top 10 all time of their sport, I think you have to take that. So, I'm going with the Big O.
Okay.
Score, he could pass, he could rebound. He's being honored as one of the greats. I can't remember what ceremony, the ESPYs, I think,
ESPYs,
are honoring him for his impact on sports beyond just the game of basketball. I still hold firm that he's one of the 10 best players in the history of the sport. So I will take Oscar. Not Oscar Robinson. Oscar Robertson.
Oh, I had Oscar Robinson written down, so good job.
That's why you messed up. I'll go with the Big O.
Not a bad pick. I just don't know what kind of home runs he's hitting. I think he's just a dominant triple-double guy. He's got a lot of triples. He's got a lot of singles, a lot of doubles. You know, he's playing all over the field.
I think you're underselling the impact of Oscar. That's an indie guy.
It is an indie guy. Crispus Attucks shook his hand multiple times.
I used to pee next to him.
Oh, very nice.
Interesting.
I will not ask the follow-up question. Aaron, who you got next?
I'll tell you. It's just so there's no Oscar. When the table opposite the scoring table, there used to be 8 seats there.
Yep.
And I had one of those seats, and Oscar sat right next to me. So at halftime, we would both get up and we would both go to the bathroom that's underneath Fifth Third Arena and, take a leak. And then we would come back to our respective positions. So, yeah, go Oscar.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Beautifully done. Aaron, what you got? Two picks for you.
I thought we were just doing 3 rounds. How many rounds are we doing here?
4 rounds.
4 rounds. It's
all
like
right.
2 current, 2 past.
All right. Well, then you guys kind of set the table for me here. Travis would be probably an easy pick. However, most of what he did, the home runs that he's hitting on and off the field, were done after he was done here at Cincinnati.
He doesn't even hold the single season record for most receptions by.
Look, I'm here. That's why I'm not taking him. Plus, I don't consider his girlfriend a home run. I consider that a bunt single. Terrible. Get out.
Yeah, because Aaron would tell her no if she wanted to date him. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, jeez. We just lost a million subscribers.
I'm smoking for. Anyway. She sucks. Her music's awful. But I'm going to take Kenyon Martin. Why? Not because of his dunks. That's not the home runs that he was hitting. The home runs that he was hitting were the blocks that went into the 6th row at the old shoe. Give me Kenyon Martin. Love it.
Great pick. Great pick.
And then with, I guess, my last pick here, being that I thought this was over in 3 rounds, I'm going to take in the 4th round. Brent, you've already mentioned him.
Oh.
But he actually hit home runs.
Okay.
At Cincinnati. People have talked about naming the field after him.
Might as well.
Yeah. But he has several World Series rings, helped break the curse in Boston. Again, that happened afterwards, but he did plenty in his time at Cincinnati. And I'm going to take the Uke.
Yeah. Good pick. Yeah, leads UC in home runs, walks, slugging percentage, and on base percentage. Yeah, I probably
it's a home run hitter by definition.
I messed up on that one, yeah. But you know what? Hep.
You also messed up by not taking the best left-handed pitcher in the history of baseball.
I mentioned his name as well, so I'm happy I brought that in your guys' minds.
I mean, I've got Oscar and Sandy Koufax. Like, my team's unbeatable. Unbeatable.
For old heads.
Home runs are different than, like, MVPs. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, go ahead.
Sandy Koufax. Best left-hand pitcher in the history of Major League Baseball.
Yeah. Fun fact about Sandy. I used to wear his Dodgers jersey to the Indy 500 every single year. Got some awesome pictures with me in it. 1 year.
And you didn't pick him?
Well, 1 year on the party bus back, I was dancing there, pole and the big party bus, and I just did a ripped all the buttons right off the jersey, and I had to be retired after that year. So kind of missed that.
You can sew buttons.
Buttons are replaceable, Brent.
It was very dirty. The jersey was very dirty. It was a white jersey that went through about 10 years. 10 years out there in the
OxyClean, bro. OxyClean. What are you doing?
I sent it up to the rafters. Let's just say that. It's up in the rafters. But good pick, Chad. If it was a Legends draft, you would win. Congratulations. I'm going with the guy. You think basketball, you're like, golly, like, why is no one picking, like, Nick Van Exel? Why is no one picking Sean Kilpatrick? Why is no one even, like, giving a quick nod to Melvin Levitt, the helicopter, like a big-time dunk machine? Like, why is no one giving love to these guys? Well, you want to know why? Because there's one guy that's kind of a pinch hit home run every single time you played. One guy, one big, he was the 6th man of the year. Countless game-winning shots, countless big-time buckets when it mattered the most. Yes, I'm talking about my boy, my man, Tony Bobbitt. Give me Tony Bobbitt. He's hitting home runs left and right, bombs from the outside. East Tennessee State, you think you're going to pull the upset? Not so fast. We've got Tony Bobbitt to come in and hit a game-clinching home run there at the end. Tony Bobbitt would be in the home run derby and hit a gazilli and win it with ease. So Tony Bobbitt, that's my pick. Tony Bobbitt.
Final one, Royer. Close us out.
All time.
I
gotta go with SK.
Oh.
I needed a basketball guy on my list. I messed this up because I thought I was gonna have to make 2 picks for current in each sport, and then 2 picks in each sport for all time.
Yeah, that would have taken way too long.
See, Marcus is right. It's not too late. It's not too late. You can pull back the SK vote.
All right. I think that wraps it up.
It does. That was fun, guys. That was fun. Real quick, we'll just say the teams. You know what? You guys did a great job. Ryan's got Mustafa Cham, Dante Corleone, Luke Fickell, and Sean Kilpatrick. Sounds like a fun Friday night. Brent has Jack Natilli, Brendan Sorsby, Ian Happ, and Tony Bobbitt. What a wild foursome. Chad's got Evan Pryor, Day Thomas, Oscar Robertson, and Sandy Koufax. If there was a hell of a finish on Chad's team. Aaron's got Big Slime, Jeff Caldwell, Kenyon Martin, and Kevin Euclid. So hell of a wrap up there. Great job. Let's timestamp, guys. That was fun. That was a fun game. You guys did a great job.
This timestamp brought to you by Quick Paper Supply, your local and family-owned restaurant supply company for all your non-food products. Quick Paper services over 150 restaurants with weekly low minimum next day deliveries. They provide a wide range of food service products from to-go containers, cups, custom printed products, eco-friendly, and much more. They also have cleaning and restroom supplies for all your janitorial needs. Call Nick 513-470-2029 and reference Bearcats for 20% off your first month of purchases.
Boom. And just like that, we're to my favorite part every week. Ryan, let's riff.
All right. So we are going to omit Bischel for this out of the big three and replace him with Cunningham. Who do you think has the best chance at hitting a home run? Wes Miller, Scott Satterfield, or John Cunningham?
Are like a Great American Ballpark or like a
softball. Let's like a
Celebrity softball.
Let's keep it more realistic.
I'll go Sat. He's a quarterback. He's got some athleticism. I'll go Sat.
I'll say Wes. He's still out there golfing, hitting a ball with a stick. Just saying. I
think Satterfield doesn't golf? Ryan's golfed with Satterfield.
He's not out there like Wes.
He's got a good drive. He's got a good drive. Good power, not always straight, but good power. Can't talk too much shit about him, though. I mean, he could probably get up here and rip me to shreds. So he's a good golfer, though.
I'm trying to see real quick who, if any of them actually played baseball. It's funny because you look at the at Wes, and obviously he's got a strong build. You think he's probably going to be able to knock a couple over the fence, but look at Coach Sat. He's sneaky built. He's sneaky, got some strength to him. I'm gonna take Chad's side here. I think Sat could power a couple over if we shorten the fence a little bit and maybe give him a short porch like a Yankee Stadium or something along those lines.
Age to Aaron's, I would say if you're going to go against that, it would be age would work against him with Wes being younger.
Oh, I'm not an ageist.
That's diminishing returns in sports. It's a natural progression of your body. It's not being ageist.
I agree. Right.
Ryan.
Oh, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Sticking with the home run derby, who do you think has the better chance of winning a home run derby combined between the two sports teams? Picking your best from each team, football or basketball?
Football, probably. You got more guys to pick from.
Yeah.
And boy, those basketball guys, do you watch them swing golf clubs? They're not bat and ball types. Like that is not their thing. I think you could find a couple guys on the football team that played baseball that you'd be all right. I don't know that there'd be anybody on the basketball team that played baseball growing up.
Ryan, were you on the team when Brady did that little softball game
with the with like the kickball thing? Did they hit the kick?
Yeah,
yeah.
Decent swings out there.
No, there wasn't. There was not. That's why It's not. I mean, there are a lot more numbers, but you wouldn't think there was anything special going on at all on the football side of things. That's why I was able to ask this question, knowing from experience. There were a lot of swing and miss, a lot of foul pop-ups going dribbling nowhere. So I know what you're saying, Chad, but I mean the numbers weren't in our favor.
I just don't think there's anybody that can hit a home run in basketball.
Yeah. I think I'd probably go with football as well. Just the sheer number side. I mean, like what? We think Chom's going to go out there and swing a big stick. Maybe Big Slime.
Yeah, I bet he could.
I
if
could
he
see
got
him
a
powering
hold of
couple
one.
out. Yeah,
He got a hold of one, but what's his swing look like?
that's a good point.
Well, in that same,
You got to be
breath,
able to get the bat to it before you can hit it out.
If that's what you're making because he's a bigger guy, bulkier guy, you could say that for all of the offensive linemen and defensive linemen.
Yeah.
So I'm with Chad. I think you gotta go football.
Yeah,
Fair.
agree.
Since there's not much to talk about, let's do an open-ended kind of just happy moment. What was your favorite moment from the football season? What was your favorite moment for the basketball season?
This is a hell of a question, Ryan. Because
why'd you ask that like Bob Ross? happy little open-ended question.
Oh, you gave me some happiness right there, Ryan. Good questions.
Then answer it.
Well, if we had to say the last 2 years, it probably would have been walking into that Miami, Ohio game where all of us were about to be ripped.
I'll never forget that shit.
Gosh, this past year, man. Probably midway through the third quarter against Pitt. What is that?
Yeah, you keep bringing up things that ended horribly, Brent.
I mean, like, God,
horribly.
I kept turning to Aaron at that point. I'm like, are we back? Back.
And Aaron's like, didn't you learn anything last year?
I truly never learn. I absolutely never learn.
We know.
Yeah. That for football, basketball, I remember a Jizzle corner 3 against Dayton. Fresh off the win against Xavier, just got the vibes of like, wow, we're damn good. This might be the year. That was another high happiness moment for me with basketball as well.
I will say UCF being down there, Brent blowing me kisses from the stands and being on the sidelines down there in the fourth quarter as the Bearcats win, getting a hug from Nico down there. It was a great day. Then for basketball, finally winning a crosstown shootout, just monumental. The non-conference was a whole different season for us than the conference portion of the schedule last year. But beating Xavier always feels good.
It does. Chad, what you got?
I'll go the win over Arizona State, even though they didn't have Sam Levitt. They did have Cam Scattaboo, and Cincinnati was able to keep him in check and get to 5-2. And boy, felt like we were in a pretty good spot at 5-2.
Rolling.
And but after that game, it felt like, okay, like if the goal was legitimately 6-6, they got to 5-2, and they put themselves, we hit on it throughout the entire offseason last year. First 7 games are going to tell the story. We were wrong. First 7 games are going to tell the story. Get off to a good start, and then, do your best to hold on and get one in those final 5, 1 or 2 in those final 5 to make it a successful season. But boy, there was at least some optimism that crept in after beating Arizona State last year. And then I'll go with Aaron. It's winning the Crosstown Shootout. They didn't really, I mean, I guess maybe the Baylor win felt like it got them back pointed in the direction of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
was fun.
BYU was, but that BYU win wasn't bigger than beating Xavier. So
yeah,
I'll go beating Xavier in the Crosstown Shootout.
Okay. Ryan, answer that same question, brother.
Favorite moment for basketball was definitely the Crosstown Shootout win. Just to nail that one home, like all you guys just said. Football. I mean, I remember after that Arizona State game, just how I was like, it's the first time I felt good about football. And what was that? 12 plus, was that to be 5-3? And like, let's call it 20.
Yeah.
Like, let's call it, that's the first good I felt from them in like 20 weeks. So I was riding high off that. I felt like, oh, there might be a chance here. We might be able to build something here, and then that all kind of came burning to the ground. A specific moment. I don't know if I can call back on a specific moment, but that game had to be the high point of the year. Probably when they put that game out of reach, when they scored, I think, to go up 10. Was that what it was? You kind of felt like, we're going to win this one. And that was homecoming too. So yeah, that's definitely the high point.
I love it. I love it, Ryan. It's phenomenal. You got one more question?
And you know how we do it, Brent. You want to let the little birdies in on our fun little texting?
Yeah, I was texting you about that air show I mentioned earlier because I did feel bad afterwards that I didn't involve Chad and Aaron. Because I remember I was sending you all those videos and you were like, dude, that's so cool. Like, would you imagine you and I riding in one of those planes together? And I was like, dude, I would not pick anyone else other than you to ride in that plane with. So that was awesome. Good text chain back and forth. But then I was like, dude, like this is like a high level, like what do you call it? Like a high velocity, kind of like scary sport. I'm trying high adrenaline sport. I'm trying to find the exact words for it. Aaron, maybe you can help me out here. Ryan, help me out here. I'm struggling to put my finger on it. Like bull riding, like skydiving, like air show piloting, like maybe even like bronco riding in a rodeo, maybe like monster car riding. What would you guys pick if you had to pick one, like like Evel Knievel type stuff, like Jackass Makes It Famous type stuff? Would you pick if you had to A, participate, and B, attend the high risk, high reward extreme athletics?
Bowling doesn't count. Who do you think you are? I am
Pete Weber, baby. Sadly, no.
That's too bad. I'd take X Games, like the BMX, the crazy riding down a ramp and doing 400 flips and stuff on a BMX. Stuff is insane. I still can't believe they do that stuff. It's absolutely crazy.
It is. Who is it?
Formula One is mine.
Oh,
Formula One. It's a good one.
You gonna go see that movie, Ryan?
I am.
Heard it's amazing. Formula One.
Brett?
Man, I went to some monster truck things back in the day. I don't think I'd be
Grave Digger.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be Grave Digger Part 2. Give me some things that puts the butts in the seats. I mean, the air show was pretty cool. And you know what? Those guys are walking up and down, downtown. There was a little festival, and they were high level celebrities for a night. And I imagine they travel from place to place, and they are high-level celebrities at those places they travel to. So
Is it the Blue Angels, Brent?
I think they were here last year. They weren't here on this one though. But yes, it's exactly like that. Like and they flew like right over. Oh, it was insane. But I do that. Be a crazy little life to live, and it looks like it's pretty damn fun. Cool air show.
Big wave surfer.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Talk about
barreling a 50-foot wave, just riding in the middle of that thing, trying to beat it before it crushes you to the ocean floor. I'll go big wave surfer.
Okay. I like it. Gosh, wow. Yeah, I'm surprised no one picked
hanging out at the beach all day. Like, and now, like, you don't even, the worst part. So I learned how to surf when I lived out in LA. And the surfing part is awesome. The worst part is getting from the beach out to where you're going to catch the wave. You got to learn how to like dip so the waves don't like push you back. And like getting out to the ocean to surf is brutal. Now they just like, you just tie you to a jet ski, right? And they just pull you out into the middle, and then you just wait and ride the wave. Like, that was the hard. That's why I hated surfing, because you just got beat to hell trying to actually get out there enough to surf. And you don't have to do that anymore. So championship big wave surfer.
Okay.
You get the you get the surfer chicks. Like that would be a good life to live.
It would
just
be
riding around. You got your map out on where the waves are hitting, and those dudes will like, oh, the waves are hitting in like Bali. All right, well, we're hopping on a plane to Bali, go catch some waves. Like that would be a hell of a life.
Yes, it would. Yes, it damn would. Golly. Oh, jeez.
Did you see like Colin Jost during the Olympics? They had him at the surfing spot.
Oh yeah.
And he just hung out with like that. It looked awesome. Outside of he got like stung by a jellyfish or something, didn't he?
Something along those lines, but it's juice worth the squeeze type scenario.
Yeah. Big wave surfer and everything that goes along with it.
Would any of you guys like run with the bulls? Would you do that?
No.
For a little fun?
No.
Do you know how big a bull is?
I think Royer would. Not like the whole like.
As long as they have they gotta have the padding on the horns.
Yeah, because they will gore you and
Kill
you will
you.
die. I'm not.
Let's,
yeah, I mean, I guess you could die surfing. Like plenty of people have died surfing, so
true.
Whatever.
True. Surprised no one picked playing in the Live Tour. That's pretty extreme. But anyway, that's a different topic for a different day. Let's go ahead and
oh boy.
Timestamp this and
Quick Paper Supply, your local and family-owned restaurant supply company for all your non-food products. They provide mostly disposable restaurant supplies, to-go containers, cups, pizza boxes, to-go bags, can liners, napkins. They've been open since 2009 and are one of the largest minority-owned companies in the city. Call Nick 513-470-2029 and reference Bearcats for 20% off your first month of purchases.
All right. Before we jump to the mailbag real fast, Northwest Safety, Aaron, alma mater. Hezekiah Kelly makes.
How much comes out of Northwest?
Well, you did.
Well, now nobody's going to Coleraine, so Colerane's not recruiting the best players anymore.
Yeah,
Colerane's had a bad run of it these last couple of years. Man.
Yeah.
Wolf. But yeah, Hezekiah Kelly, commitment there. Anything on that, Chad? Obviously, it's a class of 2027. So
no, safety had a good year. He was all conference and all district for Northwestern. 6'2", 190, good size, good positional size, especially for a guy that's just now going into his junior season. So good speed. Looks good. Looks like a good first get to open up the 2027 class. And he's local, so everybody can take a deep breath. They do recruit locally. All right, mailbag.
Mailbag.
Just Northwest, not Northwestern. All right.
Just north.
Mailbag.
Whatever.
Starting off in the football portion of the mailbag, as we always do. Rank the importance of each in order to give the Bearcats the best chance to getting to 8 wins. Staying injury-free amongst all the key players. Sorsby taking the next step. Winning game 1 versus Nebraska. And massive improvement of the special teams.
I mean, in football, the answer is always staying healthy, right? Like the teams that generally, if you look back and a team had like surprising success, or a team jumped up and did some things that wasn't expected of them, it's almost always because they were, they had a good run of staying at 100%. So I'll go staying healthy, because that just, it's unpredictable. There's really nothing you can do to avoid it. It either happens or it doesn't. It's kind of just by chance. So if this team has the luck of being healthy, that exponentially increases their chances of getting to that 8-win mark.
Royer, what you got?
Is Chad not ranking them all the way down, or is it just picking the top one?
He just ranked one.
I just ranked one.
Okay.
Health number 1, Sorsby number 2, special teams number 3, Nebraska number 4. There you go.
I'm going health, Nebraska, Sorsby, special teams.
So is that just because like getting game 1, especially against like a high level team, is just big for boost morale around the team?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I went on the big rant last week about that.
UCLA,
I think it's huge.
Very winnable game too. Gosh, and I tell you what, that game's going to get a ton of notoriety and pump up leading up to it, because obviously it's in a good window, like that late night of that first Thursday of the big weeks of games, and then you have Bussin' with the Boys talking about it all the time, and you have New Heights talking about it a lot. So that's going to be a pretty hyped up game. So I'm excited for it. Man, I just can't continue to step closer to saying how important just quarterback play is in college football. But in order for Sorsby to take the next step, everyone's got to be injury-free, especially the offensive line. So injury-free, then Sorsby, then Nebraska, then special teams.
I'm going to take the bait, Brent, and I'm going to say Sorsby, number 1, because I think that is assuming if he takes the next step that he does stay healthy all season.
Mm-hmm.
And then health, then special teams, then Nebraska.
Okay.
All right, and the last question in the football portion of the mailbag. Which 5 Bearcats do you think will be the hardest to replace production-wise from last year's team? I think 5 is a lot, but if we did 3 maybe, which 3 Bearcats do you think would be the hardest to replace production-wise from last year? Of guys,
I mean, I don't even think I could name one.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, Jared
Corey
Bartlett
Kiner.
On defense. Oh yeah, Corey Kiner.
Jared Bartlett, Xavier Henderson.
Yeah, but he kind of just got shut down by association with the lack of weapons around him.
But I mean, he was the most productive wide receiver, and he's gone. So, and then the offensive line guys, they don't have stats per se, but I mean, you got 3 guys in camp. Yeah, you got 3 guys in camp in the NFL.
Yeah.
but it's not a long list.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, like, even like what Jamoy Mays, like, he had decent stretches. I mean,
The safety, I guess, the kid who got on with San Francisco.
Yeah, Canteen.
Yeah, Derek Canteen. There it is.
I could see that.
Cupboard's pretty bare. I think the number one main answer is Kiner, then 2, 1A, 1B is Bartlett as well. So that's about
All
it.
right. That is it for the football portion of the mailbag. Moving on to the basketball portion. What is the best lineup for number 1, shutdown defense, number 2, explosive high efficiency offense, and number 3, last 4 minutes in a nail biter?
You want
Defense.
Yeah, go ahead.
Defense is anything that has Day, Buck, Baba, and Chom, and then pick anybody to
Right.
be the fourth, the fifth guy. I think those
Jizzle
4
played pretty good defense
Yeah.
last year.
It was all right.
Good on them.
Yeah, it was better than
If
it
you're,
was.
if
his
you're looking for
freshman
a
year.
fifth, I would
Yeah.
think that you could find a worse fifth.
Or bulldog it with Tillery out there as well.
You'd be small, boy. You'd be small.
Oh, go jumbo with Baba at the 3, Sincere at the 2, and throw
Yeah.
in Big Slime.
Yeah, maybe.
I like it.
Explosive.
Offense. Kirk Risa, Day, Abayev, Celestine, Baba at the 5.
It's a pretty
Or
exciting
Slime at the
5.
5. Or Slime at the 5.
Yeah. Last 4 minutes in a nail biter.
No Jizzle there either.
You gonna explosive offense? You put he's just inefficient as an offensive player. It said high efficiency.
I understand.
Last 4 minutes, I'd have Jizzle in there because you're gonna want him with the ball in his hands at times. Jizzle. I don't know. We two of these guys were on the team last year. I don't know. I'm not answers.
Nail biter, 4 minutes. I mean,
You want a combination of defense and offense.
right.
Can I be dismissed? I'm annoyed.
We're almost done. Surprising.
Fine.
Jizzle, Day, Buck, Baba, Chom.
Sure, I'll take it.
Yeah. You probably do a little offense, defense in there as well.
Yeah, that's what I did. All right. And the last question, the basketball portion of the mailbag. With Corey Evans' role restricted from off-campus recruiting, does that hinder his ability to evaluate players in any way, given how much access there is to video these days? Do you think there will be a push in the near future to allow GMs or other staff members in non-coaching roles to be designated as off-campus recruiters? I think it's a great question.
Yeah. I could see it eventually. Just as everybody gets one. I don't think you're seeing a push for it yet because it's still something that's finding its place in basketball. I also don't think everyone is handling it the same way, where, Cincinnati has an edge there and that they've got an accomplished NBA scout sitting in that chair. Not a lot of teams have that. But I think it hinders his ability? No. There's so many ways to watch players, and that really isn't an issue anymore. But I do think probably eventually you'll see a move to let those guys out on the road. And listen, let me be honest. if they want to get those guys out on the road, they can get those guys out on the road. Like I've seen Brian Snow. He's not in the business anymore. But at both Penn State and Notre Dame, like if you have a coach that can't go out on the road that weekend, somebody else on your staff can go out on the road and evaluate. So if they really wanted, you give one guy the weekend off and then you get a waiver, and then somebody else that's on staff can go out and recruit. Like if they really wanted to do that, they can. I don't think it changes much in terms of Corey's role, but I do think probably eventually that'll be something that it's front office personnel, like that handles the roster side of the business. If enough people make a stink about it, there'll be an exception for those guys to be able to go out on the road.
Always seems to be some way around it, huh?
Always.
All right, that ends the basketball portion of the mailbag, and the last question in the mailbag from Banks. This was a late submission, but build your ultimate Cincinnati sports franchise. You can only fill an organization with one spot. Can include UC football / men's basketball / women's basketball and baseball, etc. in these categories: ownership, stadiums, support facilities, athletes, coaches, medical staff, and promotions.
Okay.
Whoa. I don't want to.
Build your ultimate Cincinnati sports franchise. You can only fill an organization with one spot. Okay. Who has the best ownership in Cincinnati sports?
No.
Correct.
No.
FC
The answer is
Cincinnati,
no.
probably.
FC Cincinnati, sure, I guess. They do. They are aggressive in trying to actually win. So we'll give them ownership, but then you're not allowed to use them for anything else.
That's fine. That's fine.
So you can't
Best
use them for
stadium.
Stadium.
The third.
Nipper.
I love Great American Ballpark.
Yep.
Like, I genuinely like watching a baseball game there.
Okay.
And plus, if you use them now, you can't use them for anything else. And I
Probably
don't
won't
want to
need
use
to.
the Reds for anything else.
Good
Fair
point.
enough.
So I'll go stadium. Like, you got to be strategic about this, right, fellas?
That's right. That's
Although
Here
the
we go.
Reds, you might want to do promotions because they sell a shit ton of tickets off bobbleheads and the 47th
nights.
time they're bringing back the Big Red Machine.
Ooh, I got you here. We'll use UC women's basketball for the stadium.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. I like where your head's at. I like
Sorry.
where your head's at.
Didn't press mute and done.
Gotcha.
Bless you.
Support facilities.
UC football.
Easy peasy. State
Yeah.
of the art. Athletes.
Bengals.
Because you aren't going to use the Bengals for coaches.
No.
Yeah.
We're getting low. We're running low on options here.
So
Yeah.
moving on to coaches.
West.
Uh,
Oh. Bishop.
Baseball. Bishop
Yeah.
ball.
UC baseball.
Yeah.
UC baseball. There we go. I feel good about that one.
Yeah.
Medical staff.
Football. We already used football.
We've already used UC football.
Then
Men's basketball.
Yeah, men's basketball. We'll go Bob.
Yep.
We'll give support to Bob there.
And
And then promotions will go Reds.
Nailed it.
Wow, look at that,
You're
guys.
welcome,
We didn't
Let's
think we
go.
could do it. Where does the Cincinnati stuff fit into this equation? Are they still around?
Stuffed. Like this show. Get us the hell out of here.
That's the mailbag.
we
Get us
did
out of
it.
here, Brent.
Boy, we did it. July 14th. I bet if you go back to previous July 14th episodes of the BBP, you're like, oh, yeah, they are in the thick of summer. And we powered through. We powered through. Guys, you know what? It was fun. It was fun going around the horn, a little drafting of home run hitters to join the home run derby of the night. I think Jazz Chisholm's already out, maybe, Ryan. I saw some rumblings about that.
He hit 3 home runs.
3 home runs?
Yeah.
It
was horrible.
Are they still doing the same, like as many pitches in a lot of time?
It's 3 minutes, and then you get 40 pitches total.
3.
Yeah.
That's insane. Wow. Hey, you know what? So he's not going to ruin his swing much more than just hitting 3. So congrats for coming out to play. But, guys, this was fun. So shouts to Cincy Light and the Cincy Light Studios. Shouts to Quick Paper Supply. Shouts to Danco Transmission and Auto Care. And shouts to Riffing with Ryan Royer. So, guys, that was a fun Monday. But for my guys, for my crew, for my squad, for Aaron Smith, for Chad Brendel, for Ryan Royer, I am Brent Young. Yet again, another fantastic BBP presented by BearcatJournal.com.